Good evening and welcome to Active Citizens Parliament. My name is Sharon Enemchuku. Joining me in the studio, as always, we have the beautiful Ifoma Oji. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Good evening, Sharon.
Good evening. How is your day going?
Oh, pretty well.
You can see.
I mean, we are almost coming to the end of today, so and
it is.
I'm happy that I will be going home soon.
All right. All right. We're also joined via Zoom by our political analyst and legal practitioner in person of Mr. Maxwell Okoma. Good evening, sir. How are you doing?
Good evening, sir.
Mr.
Good evening.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for having me.
All right. How is your day going? Mr. Maxwell, can you hear me properly?
So good. With less cut.
Oh, okay. Seems the network is lagging a little, but hopefully it fixes itself up.
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways, we're moving straight to the two stories that we have for today. Buba Galadima from the NNPC is accusing the Tinubu-led federal government of dragging Nigeria toward a civil war, all over the alleged plot to forcefully appoint a new INEC chairman. Is this another power grab in disguise? I guess we'll find out. And in Abuja, the DSS is now going after Omoyele Sowore with criminal charges. His alleged crime, calling President Tinubu a criminal. Is this justice or outright political intimidation? We are not pulling any punches tonight. We're just asking the questions. All right, we're starting with the first story and Buba Galadima's claims. Now, do we think that Buba Galadima is exaggerating, or is there a truth to his civil war warning, Mr. Maxwell?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Like I'm having some network issues.
Oh,
because I can't hear you. Let me just probably leave this room and come join back in.
All right, that'll be better. No problem. Now to you, Ifoma.
Well, I feel like it's kind of form of exaggeration, because using the word civil war, I feel like it is too ambiguous. That word, it says a lot. I mean, we are not moving towards civil war, definitely. But if we are to talk about what he said, I think there is an atom of truth in what he said, because, I mean, you can't just wake up and appoint, you know, INEC, a new INEC chairman, when the Senate or when the entire house does not, you know, kind of confirm or vet him into power. So I think it's more like, for me, I feel like it's more of the government trying to, you know, control what happens before, what will happen in 2027. That's the way I'm seeing
from
it.
2025.
Yes, from 2025, exactly.
You know, he also said, he made some claims. He said that this person that they're about to bring as the INEC or appoint as the INEC chairman is a retired judge with notorious reputation. We don't know who the judge is, but he's claiming that this person has a notorious reputation and that Nigerians should be vigilant and pay close attention to the personalities that we're looking at occupying the seat of the INEC chairman, seeing that, like what you said, that it seems as though they are trying to rig the 2027 elections from 2025. Mr. Maxwell, can you hear us clearly now?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can. All right. So I was asking, with Bala claim that with the president appointing this retired judge, it would cause a civil war. Do you think he's exaggerating, or is there any sort of truth to his claims?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. I was privileged to have listened to that session, and of course I also read excerpts of some of the things he said. Those are his views about civil war, but I think that many of the things that are going on in terms of our elections in Nigeria is leading us gradually to a breaking point, or is pushing us to the edge of a cliff. And at this edge, there is so much that can come from it. The truth is, over time, we've had to battle with electoral issues, you know, right from the time of Humphrey Nwosu down to Jega down to Maurice Iwu, each and every one of these guys that have been made chairman of the electoral body have had one problem or the other. The best so far has been that conducted by Humphrey Nwosu. We saw how mad that of Maurice Iwu was. That was the one that led to the Yar'Adua-led federal government. And then we saw recently with Yakubu Mahmood, who, irrespective of the objections that were raised during the announcement of those results, clandestinely announced results at about 4 a.m. in the morning of in March. But the point is, of a truth, we need an independent body, an independent National Electoral Commission. And a body of that nature cannot be said to be independent if the chairman of that body is not truly independent. We've seen appointments of resident electoral commissioners who have one affiliation or the other to the ruling party, the APC. We saw what happened in Rivers State. We saw what happened in many other states, even in Abia State, that somehow found its way to uphold the people's mandate. I don't know who Buba Galadima is talking about. I don't know the veracity of this information. But if there is anything that the people truly need and the people should demand, is a chairman that is free from all kinds of dependence on the federal executive. Because although many may argue that we cannot say that indeed the current INEC and the pattern it was formed and as provided within the constitution through the appointment can be said to be independent, because we have a body where a president who will be running in the election will be appointing its chairman. But what we must look at is the integrity of the individual. We've not seen so much from these persons, and I do hope that whoever will be appointed, if Yakubu Mahmood will be changed, it should be somebody who can be able to deliver a free, fair, and credible election, which I don't see coming from the APC, in my opinion.
No, so if this is the case, why does it seem like the selection for this INEC chairman is now being done in secrecy? Maxwell?
Well, these are the claims of Buba Galadima, but in the political sphere, there are a lot of things that happen at the back door before they come of public knowledge. You know that it is barely 2 years, not even up to 2 years anymore, to the 2027 general elections. And by now, every government, every reasonable government should be looking at how to deliver dividends of democracy to the people, the election being one of the fundamentals of the democracy we claim to practice. But whatever is happening behind the scenes should reflect justice and independence of INEC. So I'm not bothered that anything is happening behind the scene. We've seen the nepotism that has been marked by the Tinubu appointment, everything going towards one channel. We've seen several appointments only based towards the southwest at several levels of governance. Even if anything is to happen behind the scenes with INEC, whatever we see in our screens should be something that we should go back and say of a truth. It is an independent body led by an independent individual.
I like that. Thank you, Maxwell. And over to you now, Ifoma. Does it now seem like in Nigeria, democracy is slowly dying from the top if we have this sort of commission, an independent electoral body that is supposed to be independent, now having these shaky fronts? Do you think that democracy is now slowly dying from the top?
It's not even that democracy is slowly dying, it's that it's dead already. Mr. Sacramento will tell you that what we are practicing in Nigeria is not democracy, that is demonstration of faith. You understand? Because you could see clearly, even INEC, the body, the Independent Electoral Commission, or whatever they call themselves, there is no form of independence when it comes to them. You understand? The public most definitely have lost trust in them. Take a look at what happened in 2023 election. The mistrust and everything started from that place, and up till now they are unable to fix anything. It's more like I said, I used to say in one of our shows, it's more like you pay and then you play. So there is no form of of people, trying to scrutinize the leaders that they elect, or even people that should be placed in, official positions. So there is no form of, democracy happening in Nigeria. It has died a long time ago, even before the 2023 election. So.
And for a nation such as us, that we need to see urgent change, not just change, we need the change to be ASAP. This just says a whole lot about our progress level and the speed at which we are getting at things. And now I'm coming to you, Mr. Maxwell. Does it seem like the National Assembly is silent or complicit in this particular matter?
Anybody that should be appointed as chairman of INEC should go through screenings and should be checked by the National Assembly. That is what is required.
Yeah.
But I don't know the synergy that is going on between the executive and the legislature. That is the Godswill-Akpabio-led National Assembly. But what I must say is, whatever the executive has decided as to who will be the INEC chairman, I don't see the National Assembly overturning it. I don't see it changing. The reason is very simple. Over time, we've seen the nature of the current National Assembly. So it's not a case of whether they are being carried along. It's not a case of whether they would be able to have say to deny whoever will be appointed on whatever grounds it may be. But I think that they are just waiting for whoever will be announced. The National Assembly has not objected to anything that Bola Tinubu has done since he came into power in 2023. They have been an yes National Assembly, so I don't see them saying no to any other thing. So if you say they are complicit, that may not be the word. They are an irrelevant body in this decision making, in my view, even though they are supposed to be a body responsible for the checks and balancing of the decisions of the executive.
The way Mr. Maxwell said this, it just seems as though Nigeria is between the devil and the DBC, because at this point, this is the only approved body that is supposed to conduct free, fair elections in Nigeria. And if we can't have that, I don't know what it means for us as a nation. And for the National Assembly to be this compromised or to be this relaxed with a situation like this just says a whole lot about where we are as a nation and the need to work fast towards changing that. And now I'm asking, do you think, because he mentioned something, the NNPC chieftain said that this would cause a civil war when whoever is this judge that we don't know about, it might not be the one is announced as the INEC chairman or appointed as the INEC chairman. Do you think this could spark regional tensions, especially just in some regions? Do you think it could spark regional tensions?
It's possible, but I think is maybe basically or majorly the different parties, because we already know the ruling party here is APC. So whatever they are doing they will always want to swing it, in their favor. So I think it's probably the other parties, the opposition parties, that might actually come up to protest against it, because I mean, like we said earlier, it's supposed to go through the Senate. The National Assembly is supposed to vet it, screen and approve the person before the person is even. So I think it will spark reactions for other opposition parties, because I mean, it's the ruling party that insists, so it's more like it's not favoring them. So definitely it will spark reactions.
Now, I'm asking, what do we think the opposition party is going to do in response to that? Do we see this man being arrested for his comment about this INEC chairman appointment causing a civil war? Mr. Maxwell.
These are just speculations.
Yeah.
In my view, they are not one that is citing anybody. The statements of Buba Galadima is one of a case of a fortune teller telling you that, okay, which is what is likely to happen if this happens. But we speak as which Tinubu is clamping up on everybody. I don't know if Buba Galadima will be arrested or prosecuted. But one thing is clear is he represents a political party. You asked if we are going to see reactions from other political parties out there. But I know that he represents a political party, that is the NNPP. But for every other political party out there, I do hope that their eyes are peeled and they are more interested in these issues. You see, I've always said on this show, on this program, that with the extant laws on election, on our electoral system, we can be able to deliver a free, fair, and credible elections. But the problem is the people who occupy these positions, the chairman of INEC, the resident electoral commissioner, the professors and all lecturers we are using as returning officers, and those in the hands of power. So if these individuals are ready to deliver a free, fair, and credible election, they will do that. So all political parties must rise up to the occasion and demand for better.
Exactly, they must rise up and demand for better. You know, Mr. Maxwell mentioned the fact that it's as though this particular administration is just hitting down on every opposition or anything that looks like criticism. And now we are moving on to the next story, where DSS has now charged Omoyele Sowore to a criminal case now, saying that his comment about the president, calling him a criminal, warrants him to be charged for a criminal. Do you think that is that holds water, or is this going overboard?
It's actually going overboard, because I mean, I always talk about the Constitution anytime we are talking about anything that has to do with the right. I understand the fact that probably the tone he used was quite harsh, but he didn't, prevent. How should I put it? It shouldn't be a deterrent for him to, talk or provide his opinion to the public about critique the government entirely. You can see what the 1999 section 39 of the 1999 Constitution, subsection 1. He talks about the human rights, the right to express yourself, hold opinions. You understand? It can be against government without interference, and he's standing by his right. He's saying though his tone is was harsh, but at the same time he is a citizen. He has the right to express himself. And not just that, under the Constitution, that same section 39 subsection 3, he said that free speech can actually be restricted if there is any form of defamation. So I don't think there is any form of defamation here, because everything he's saying is reflecting in how Nigerian government, the state of Nigerian government, you get. When you talk about criminalism, we are seeing it full in a full moon, you understand. When we talk about corruption, we are seeing it. So I don't think there's anything he said that was against the government. And not just that, he is a publisher, and according to that same law, the Constitution section 22, it still says that the press or the mass media equally have the right to critique or hold opinion or critique the government, you understand. And he is a publisher. He is still protected under those laws. So it is his right. He's saying he's critiquing the government. It's around the distance confines of his right, so he should critique the government without people firing charges against him. It's a form of intimidation for him.
Right, anyways, I am going to look at some of these comments from X before we proceed. This person, Justice Only, says, here is tagging official DSS not present, but have the whole time and resources to persecute Yele Sowore. In a serious society, DSS DG would have been dismissed for inefficiency and lack of capacity in fighting insecurity. He says, nothing untoward must happen to Mr. Sowore. We are actively watching. Olusegun says, did DSS not see the bandit leader that came for peace meeting few days ago? When are they filing criminal charges against those ones too? Waliu says, it is very funny. Is it DSS that files suit or the President Tinubu himself? Then the DSS should sue all Nigerians. I know follow people. Emeka said, so it is criminal offense now to have an opinion on Tinubu's matter. These are some of the comments and reactions that we have on X, and it is funny because people are just taking the situation lightly because of how it has progressed so far. They think that there are other pressing issues that the DSS should face, but they are not facing. happening, some people have also come out to support the DSS, saying that Sowore actually went far by calling the president of his country a criminal. But my question is to you, Mr. Maxwell. Do you think that Nigeria is sliding into full-blown authoritarianism? Mr. Maxwell, did you get that? All right, Ifoma, but do you think they're sliding into...
I didn't get your question.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get your question. What did you say?
I'm asking, do you think that Nigeria is sliding into full-blown authoritarianism?
Can you hear me clearly? Just
Yes, I can.
Okay, so regarding the story surrounding Sowore's prosecution or likely prosecution, I was able to see the document which show that several charges, I think about 5 counts, have been pressed against the person Sowore before the court. So just to clarify, if it is the document I saw, it is a matter that is between, or maybe it stemmed up from what we saw from the DSS recently, but it is the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation, which is more like an extension of the Office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He is the Chief Law Officer who has commenced these criminal proceedings against Yele Sowore. So the question is, and I will not preempt, this is a matter that is already before the court. I won't preempt what the court is supposed to do. But the question is, was the president called a criminal? From the post of Sowore, Yele Sowore, we saw through his ex-handle that he has referred to him many times as a criminal. I don't know the reason for this. It could be as a result of the very infamous case about his forfeiture of about $460,000 in proceeds of money laundering and narcotics. Which, of course, these are existing documents which shows this. But does it really point to the fact that the person of the president is a criminal? These are the issues that the court will be investigating. But I would like to say this because this is a case of prioritizing that are naturally not important. 1,001 people would insult the president of any country every day. No matter the kind of president you are, everybody can never be pleased with you. Even if every Nigerian is a member of the APC, they would never be pleased with you. So do you want to continue prosecuting every individual that has one reservation against the presidency? We have pressing issues in Nigeria, Sharon. In fact, as I speak with you, people are dying in Jos, people are dying in Kaduna, and many of these bandits, many of these criminals, these terrorists are not being prosecuted. They are only being incorporated back into our society, and they continue to cause mayhem. So you begin to ask, what is the priority for the Bola Tinubu-led administration? Is it an attack on every opposing voice? Is it an attack on every sane, reasonable opposing voice out there? There are 1,001 of them. How many can he prosecute? That should be the question. So the earlier they look at more pressing issues and deal with them, our legal space, our court systems are suffering. These are not issues that should be the priority of the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation. Definitely not.
Thank you very much, Maxwell. And coming to you, Ifoma, now, do we think that this can somehow backfire against the federal government and somehow give Sowore more political relevance?
Yes, if they should, focus on that, just like what Mr. What is his name? Maxwell said, there are other pressing issues. If they can focus on, leadership, the things surrounding the killings, the insecurity, and the rest of them, and ignore this particular one, because I don't see a reason why you should be, trying to intimidate somebody or trying to press criminal, charges against someone for, speaking up or saying his mind. During the time that Tinubu campaigned, there were foul languages strategies that he used back then. So it can equally serve as political speech against your opponents. He is what is it called? He is the I think Sowore, he contested for president under AAC. So he is equally a running, you know, candidate. I don't know about 2027, but I mean those are things that he should expect. So I feel like he should focus on other things and avoid this. Let all those projects, all those what is it called, that he has been saying that he has been signing, he should focus on them, work on those things, and ignore all this. Focus on leadership,
yes,
and not all this. I mean, when people see that he is focusing on pressing issues in the country, I think it will actually even give him more grounds against 2027 election.
All right.
Understand?
Okay. Now to you, Mr. Maxwell, do we think that this is a sign of insecurity from the Tinubu-led administration?
Did you say insecurity?
Yes. No, I mean them being insecure.
Okay. Right from the campaigns in 2022, Bola Tinubu has always been insecure about the entire presidency. We saw that with the kind of election he ran. We saw that with the crop of elements that paraded themselves as supporters of the APC and how they unleashed mayhem on Nigerians. And even when he became president, when he was announced president in 2023, we've seen all these forms of insecurity. We've seen how they've been able to sow seeds of discord in several political parties out there. We've seen how they've been clamping down on opposition voices, both of the PDP, of the Labour Party, of the AAC, of the APC, name them. We also have seen what has happened in Rivers State, we have seen what has happened in Imo State. This all points to the insecurity of the Bola Tinubu APC. Because I don't see any sane Nigerian who would still be supporting what this government is doing to Nigerians currently. All numbers have gone up. I think our inflation rate is over 30-something%. Don't quote me on that, but you can confirm that. You know, so what are we talking about? These guys have nothing to campaign in 2027, and the best that I think that they are trying to do is to make sure that no voices are being heard from the opposition. That's just it.
Now, coming from your own point of view as a legal practitioner, do you think that this case will hold up in court, or will it just die down like other politically motivated cases?
Well, I can't tell you that. I am not a party to the suit. I'm not a lawyer representing any of the parties, and I'm also not the judge. From the recent news, I'm aware that the matter has not even been assigned to any judge, so I won't be here to make certain deductions as to what will be the end of the case. But with our kind of judicial system and our administration of justice in Nigeria, we know how cases lag behind in courts. I hope that this will not be one of them, and I hope that this matter is disposed of with as soon as possible. I wouldn't want to comment on the strength of any of the cases of any of the parties in the case. This is a criminal case, of course, and a very serious one at that. So I wouldn't want to comment on that, but I do hope that the Bola Tinubu administration and the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation sees reason to withdraw this matter and, of course, deal with other pressing issues.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Maxwell. Well said. Ifoma, last words on the matter.
Okay. I don't actually think this will actually hold water in the first place, because, like I said, it's more like you're fighting against, you know, people expressing themselves, voices of the dissent. So I don't think it's going to hold water. But at the same time, I think if the evidence is weak, that means it might be overruled. But if they continue pressing, you know, these charges, then Sowore, I believe he has enough evidences, because for him to come out and tag the president as a criminal, you don't know what is backing him, you don't know the kind of evidence that he has. So if truly that he has evidence, then he provide the evidence in court, and then they proceed. Simple. Then if the president is, he shouldn't equally try to, you know, intimidate him, because he has the power, if he feels that he has been, defamed, then he should equally bring out his own, receipt. But at the same time, just like what Maxwell said, these are not pressing issues. They are silent issues that we should be tackling, and not this is.
All right, thank you, Ifoma Oji and Mr. Maxwell Ukoma, for joining me right here in the studio this evening. It's always a pleasure having these conversations with you. And to our VIP viewers, thank you as always for joining us. We see your comments and your shares. Continue to do so. If you're yet to follow us across all social media platforms, please find us at Active Citizens. And also endeavor to subscribe to our YouTube so that you get all of these videos when they go live. And for you, Ifoma,
on Facebook, you can find me at Oji Sophia, and on Instagram, you can find me on Miselex.
All right. Till we see you tomorrow for Morning Pulse. Do have a good evening.